It's 2012 and you're watching the first episode of the new year. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome to episode 56 of SOHO Insights, brought to you by Parallels, the company behind Plus Control Panel, the control panel you need to use if you host your website anywhere as a small office, home office business. All of our web hosting clients do. And Ovali, where we empower your small office, home office businesses by providing you with web hosting, voice over IP, and web conferencing in one place that speaks your language. Hello, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Jen, and you are watching, like I said at the beginning of this video, the first SOHO Insights episode of 2012. We started doing this in 2010.
2010. Yes.
Yes.
November 2010.
November 2010. And we're on episode 56. And so right when we were first starting out with SOHO Insights, we put out a video that said, basically went in conjunction with our blog post on Ovali.com's website, that there were 11 business owners that we, as small office, home office business owners, were going to be watching in the new year.
And we did.
And we did. We watched them. We watched them on Facebook, on Twitter. We subscribed to their email newsletters and everything like that. And tonight what we're going to do is share with you what we learned from them.
A few of them. We couldn't do all of them.
We won't do all 11, but we'll do kind of some of the
overview,
biggest things that we thought you as small office, home office business owners would appreciate.
Yes.
And you're watching SOHO Insights, by the way, and that does stand for Small Office, Home Office Insights. Being what?
No, being what?
Oh, I don't know where it's going. You laughed and threw me off.
It's the first episode of 2012, and we're off to a good start.
Yeah. We have some really fun episodes planned for, we have them planned through April now.
Good. Well,
we just went over them.
Well,
I swear, I just sent her over the editorial calendar. But anyway.
This past week we've had a lot of information.
Well, we've been doing a lot of stuff, and I'm sure a lot of small business owners are in our shoes, that a lot of you are probably hunkered down and trying to make sure that whatever mistakes you made in the last year.
You survived 2011.
Yeah.
And you're moving
gosh.
forward.
We've heard of a few businesses closing in our area, and it's really sad.
Especially with such
It was
a
just
small
like hours
town.
ago, too, that we found out.
Yeah,
so it's upsetting.
Actually, Tressa was one of our first clients, and I worked with her while I was setting up Ovali. So, Tressa, if you're watching, we're so sorry, but we'll be there for her last day, her celebration.
Yeah. So anyway, now that we've put it off on a bummer note.
Let's keep going. But for Ovali, we've got some great plans for 2012, and I can't wait now. It's been kind of a week of planning, but quietness around the internet, if you ask me. It was all...
Oh, we've been very quiet online. That wasn't necessarily intentional either.
Well, yeah, but...
Carissa's been really very vocal online. I shouldn't say that Ovali hasn't been... Yes. I've just been quiet online, I guess.
Well, your baby was sick, too.
Yeah.
But I have actually gotten so much sleep. I don't think I've ever slept this much in a whole week, too.
That means that she slept until what? Like
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's huge. Stayed up late, slept in. It's unbelievable. Fun.
Well, that's good.
Yes, okay.
So, before we get started, did we have anything? Oh, we talked, if you didn't watch the last episode, we recorded on Thursday night. It was kind of an off night. And we had just gotten our new green screen in. So you'll have to go and check out ovali.tv and find episode 55, and you can find us in Seattle.
Grandson loved the green screen.
Yeah. We have a monitor set up so he can look in the camera and see himself on TV.
That was fun.
He thought that was really fun.
TB.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, check that episode out, and we talked a little bit about some of the episodes that we're bringing out this year. We're expanding Ovali.tv, so we've got 2 new shows coming up in the next couple months.
Yeah, Carissa, I need to talk to you this week about our new show, actually, because I'm going to...
Well, Carissa knows about it.
Yeah,
I've already talked to her.
a little more detail because we got some more details for my show that Carissa will help me with too. So it's going to be fun. Small businesses do it better.
Mm-hmm. We have a Small Businesses Do It Better campaign, so it's smallbusinessesdoitbetter.com. And Carissa Dunphy, who's our community relations manager, she's been doing some blogging and kind of furthering that campaign. She's a small business owner on the side with her husband as well.
She has lots.
So she's definitely been in that community for some time now, and she has a firm grasp on what small business owners really need, as do ourselves.
Yes.
So it's been fun watching her work on that, and then you're going to add on an interview show, a weekly interview show with small business owners.
Yes.
Talking about how they do it better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then myself, I have a couple things coming out that I'm not going to share too much with you. One is on web hosting pieces. I'm going to talk to more of the web hosting industry, and the other one is kind of my fun passion project that I do for youngfemaleentrepreneurs.com. I'm adding a little something there. So anyway,
that'll be fun.
2012 is going to be a really fun year, and 2011 was a very interesting learning year for Ovalite. I think that's what we kind of determined in the last week, that we learned a lot.
We did good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, in which we have actually a blog post from one of our people that we were watching that talked about some of the good, bad, and the ugly of her business. I thought she did a very good job. Yeah. And we could go over hers first. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. If you you can see on my screen sharing, if we can get that queued up.
And oh, you want to go over?
Well, actually, let's go over Natalie one more time, and then I'll talk about Parallels, because there is actually a lot of stuff going on with Parallels right now that I think small business owners will be really excited about. So, let's dive in, and then we'll talk about Parallels in just a second. It's suspenseful that way, right?
Okay, let's do that. Okay.
So we're looking here at the Ovalite.com blog post that we worked together as a team to kind of figure out who we're going to watch in the new year, who we thought was doing really exciting things in 2010, and was going to totally blow us out of the water in the new year.
They also kept our attention. I couldn't wait to see most of their blogs and what they're up to and their updates, and just they're fun to watch.
It was just a fun kind of people to follow list. And the first one is Suitcase Entrepreneur. And we decided to follow her because she was changing her branding from Women's World over to Suitcase Entrepreneur. And so just to kind of watch how she did that was an interesting process, because that's something some of our web hosting clients do have to deal with, the idea that you're going to be dropping one domain name and moving to another, apart from the whole branding stuff. So she talked about how she did that on her website, thesuitcaseentrepreneur.com, and we'll have links over at ovalite.tv with all of this.
I do encourage all of you to look at these links when we have them up tomorrow.
Yeah, and her name is Natalie. You can bring up the picture. She's gorgeous. She is a big traveler.
Yeah, you started following her a long time before I...
Yeah, she's been a traveler for some time now. I have the image of Natalie, too, if you brought them in. It's number 1. Yeah. So she has traveled for some time, and she turned that traveling experience into a blog and a business that shares with other people how she was able to work remotely. And it's very interesting because that's something everyone wants to do, right?
Everyone. And that's what our whole cloud services is all about.
Yeah, allowing you to work virtually from wherever you want to be. And so she's teaching other entrepreneurs how to do that. And she wrote this great
it goes on
annual review post. Yeah, we won't go through all of it. You'll definitely have to go and check it out for yourself, because what she's doing is sharing all of the details behind her business to those that follow her, that want to have the same business basically as her. Yeah, she shares all the, like Mom was saying, the good, bad, and the ugly.
Well, and as a small business that's just starting out, you are craving blogs like this. So this
you just want to see that other people are going through what you're going through. And so it was kind of a fun read. And if I go back down to the bottom, this is where I think some of the biggest pieces were.
The numbers.
Well, I saw, it was interesting to see who was going to her website, because when you're someone that goes to her website yourself, you wonder every once in a while, so how does she make money on this?
We all look at those things. So.
Yeah, so a lot of bloggers do this. If you're interested to see how this blogger makes a living off of their blog, a lot of them will show you how their revenue breaks down.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she talks about 11 things here, her greatest achievements and screw-ups in 2011. But it was interesting because she talked about the different programs that she released, like the Ultimate Toolkit,
She found a way to make money doing these things.
Yeah, but it was what I was interested in was how she basically launched multiple products out during the year, and each one had a different experience in how it did and what the mistakes she made were and how she learned and everything like that. So it was really nice that she was able to share this with her followers, because some of these things I had no idea about. She mentioned in one of the points that she...
I like that picture.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can...
The picture, if you show the thing, she's next to a red telephone booth, and she's leading a webinar in the middle of a campsite. So it's kind of
That's
a fun...
what I want all our clients to be able to do.
It's a fun behind-the-scenes piece into her business, and I would definitely continue following her in the new year. She's someone that's fun and happy and definitely has an open book. Yeah, yes. Very successful.
So follow her, and we'll have her on ovaleye.tv tomorrow.
Yeah, so we've got a few others that we're going to talk about in just a second. One of the ones that we're going to skip over, but who's definitely worth checking out, is Laptop Mom. But before I get into Stratajoy, who was actually just named one of the top 20, let me make sure I get this right. I have it on my screen right now. 20 bloggers to watch in 2012.
Yay
I've
for her.
Always known Stratajoy was someone to follow.
And you've told many of your age.
Yes. Molly, I got it first. No, but anyway, before we get into Molly, because her business is very interesting if you're a small business owner, because she's a life coach, and she turned it into an online kind of business.
But the niche, she really targeted.
She's so smart. But anyway, before we get into it, I wanted to share a little bit about Parallels, who's our sponsor. Thank you so much, Parallels.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
We're very excited to keep working with you in the new year, because they're coming out with some very exciting things for small business owners. They provide Ovaleye with our control panel that was made for the small business that doesn't necessarily have the funds available to rely on a design or marketing team to help them set up email addresses, manage their hosted applications like their CRM, or do some even simple website maintenance. The team at Parallels really cares about the end user and takes the time to research products and applications that every small business should need, or does need actually. And so it was very interesting in the last couple months, since the last year, they've been working on this Parallels Plus Panel 10. And the newest version is super exciting. I'm going to be doing a video in the next week on this. They have a new version of their web presence builder, which we're looking at right now. We're looking at the older version. And it's basically drag and drop modules that just build a website for you in seconds. But it's not like any other site builder in that you have this templated piece that it's just kind of, I don't know, they always end up looking icky.
And our clients can put these together in minutes.
Yeah, they can. Our clients actually come out of it having websites that look decent, which is just nice. There's just so much flexibility, and that's one of the reasons why we like going with Plus Panel 10, is that it's just flexible and easy to use, and it makes sense to small business owners. The navigation tabs, even when you log in, you're able to find what you're looking for. You can see where you're supposed to add emails. And there's a lot of social media in addition to there's a lot of social media components within the panel you're able to use, which is always exciting for a small business owner. So it should be easy for all small business owners to be able to launch their own websites and emails. Parallels Plus Control Panel ensures that every business owner can do that with just a few clicks. So head over to ovaleye.tv/parallels to find out more about how Parallels is working to make your life easier.
Well, thank you again, Parallels.
Yeah. We're very excited. Like we said, it's nice that they sponsor us, but it's also fantastic that we're able to provide that tool to our clients.
Well, they support small businesses, too.
Yes, definitely. So we're going to get into Molly now. Molly of Stratajoy.com. And Stratajoy
I have her
is
on the
spelled...
back there, too.
Oh, yeah.
She has such a pretty little website, too.
Yeah, so her brand is spelled Stratagize, but it's Stratajoy with a J-O-Y at the end.
I like her newsletter thing right there. It says, Free Gutsy Girl's Guide to Success. How better? I mean, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so one of the biggest things, and actually watching Molly and what she was doing last year, was that both Mom and I realized that she had the Rachel Zoe.
Yeah, she has the talk to go with her, who she's targeting very well. Well, she speaks with them.
We talked about, if you go to ovaleye.tv, one of our previous episodes was about Rachel Zoe and how she has a very specific style of language that she uses that builds her tribe up, the people that follow her.
I'm surprised, some of our followers don't know Rachel Zoe, and you need to look at her.
Yeah, but you can definitely see that Molly is doing something similar in that she uses very specific ways of communicating to people, like Quarter Life Crisis. This site is for you, Cupcake.
And her little blog posts and Facebook page. I'm older than her target market, but I think
still appreciate it, right?
It's because she really inspires you whenever she writes something.
Yeah, she's very inspiring, but I do like how she uses, and I know she doesn't do this for
there a
marketing.
picture of her?
I think it really is. Yeah,
She's
I brought
cute.
up a picture of her.
Did you?
It's in the images. Yeah, I don't think she's doing it to sell or anything. That's really just who she is, but she packages it in a way that speaks to people that are my age of who she serves. So it works out really nicely. But the part that's really interesting about her business,
Quarter Life Crisis.
Yeah,
it's cute.
It's good. So this Quarter Life Crisis is basically when you're in your 20s and 30s-ish, 25 to 32-ish, I guess. I don't know. You go through a period where you just don't know what you're doing in your life, and so she kind of speaks to that person.
Are you like that? Well, I don't think you've had that, but you still can.
But I know
get inspired.
The majority of my friends were at that point at some time.
And you've actually recommended her.
Yeah, she does a fantastic job of speaking to it. Speaking to my age. So she does this idea. She has, gosh, what's it called? It just totally blanked out of my mind. I was just looking at this.
Joy Juice, that's cute.
Stratejoy, Quarter Life Crisis bloggers.
I forgot
what she called them. But there's about 6 or so of these people. As you can see, these blog posts are written by Kristen, by Lauren, by Ashley, and Hannah. So it's a group of people that she follows, or she has post blogs to her website, and she's done this for a couple years.
It's
at
just
least.
a happy site.
And she's done it consistently. And if you log down, you can see there's some information about the writer. See, so other Quarter Life Crisis people can see these people go through, kind of journal their experience in moving through a panic mode into one of clarity. And so it's really fun to follow as somebody that's young and who might be interested in one of the products that she offers. So the Pro Blogger, 20 Bloggers to Watch in 2012, she was listed.
Wait, are these
as
all
one.
hers on the side too, where it says "Create Your Magical Year"?
Yeah, she has different products,
Joy...
and that's what she sells. I should mention that about her business, not just her blog, but her business is selling these group coaching products basically. But she also has one-on-one. She has definitely a very scalable model, which is.
If you guys should check this out, and if you're this age that goes with her niche. You should check out what's going on in her stuff. It's really darn cute.
Yeah, you can see her here in Pro Bloggers. They talk about how she has a group of people, of women that blog, basically. And I thought it was good that she was featured because I think she's doing something different that markets her business, but also serves the audience that she's going for.
And we should change now and go to the next one.
Yeah, so the next one we are going to talk about is...
We're kind of doing a 360 on...
Oh, yeah.
It's a male. It's actually 2 males. And we've done a lot of promoting these 2 with either interviewing them or blogging about them or talking about them. You did an interview with them? Yeah. Yes, and they're 2 of our favorite male clients. Unaccomplished Angler and Emerging Rivers. Derek and Kirk, and those 2 come up with the best marketing. And I would have to say Kirk Warner, who's I
included an image of them too.
Kirk Warner, they're both fly fishermen. Is that Kirk?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a lovely picture.
It was off of his blog.
He is a crack up, and the way he writes is so, you want to fly fish. You want to get up on that river, don't have any experience of doing it, but he makes it sound like a fun thing to do. And where he goes is just gorgeous. And his friend, Derek, that's Derek, he has a business.
He's on the right.
Oh, he's on the right, sorry. He's constantly busy, and I think he's sold out most of the summer each year, because he is now, Derek is, would you say he was the #1 Orvis?
I have it right here. Yeah. He's the Orvis 2011 Endorsed Guide of the Year.
He is Tracy and our son Kenny for Kenny's birthday. That's what he gave our son, and he and Kenny took this trip on Kenny's birthday, and they had a ball. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, actually, for some people, because you just... It's gorgeous, too, and quiet and relaxing. Anyways, Derek does a great job in marketing. He knows the right people and his industry, and he's captured his market well.
Yeah. So, but the interesting thing about Kirk is that he has a book series called Olive the Woolly Bugger, and he is trying to get a movie made out of it, which he's going to be one of those stories that's like, after the 300th knock, someone's going to say yes. I could see him speaking at a fly fishing convention down the road saying, this is how I got my movie.
I know. The stars have actually contacted him that he's put out there.
He has blog posts about it. And this is what, okay, so this is the interesting part about what we saw last year for him.
I think we fast-forwarded.
Was that it was cross-marketed. He has this blog where he talks about himself as a fly fisherman and other people in his community, and it's funny, and it's very adult.
It connects so well.
Yeah, it's very adult, and it's talking to other people like himself, but he also markets his book series, so it pushes people over to the book that they could buy their kids, their grandkids.
And they're good.
Whereas if I were to just go to Olive the Woolly Bugger and I was an adult, I might not be, I mean, I probably would be interested in it if I liked fly fishing, but I wouldn't connect the same way I would with him.
Yeah, he has such a big brand. Blog. And the past month, he's built this bigger brand.
I don't know if he showed his site yet.
But he was one of those people that kept us on our toes this past month in making sure everything was updated and collecting more websites for his brand. Yes. So watch out for Kirk Warner and Unaccomplished Angler, Olive the Woolly Bugger, and more, because he is ready to go for 2012.
Yeah, so Melody Behringer is someone we've talked about in the past, and she's also on the list. And the work-at-home woman, Holly,
yes, they're all wonderful people.
We absolutely love all of those women. And Chic Inc. is another fantastic one. Heather Hildebrand. Yeah. Check her out at chicinc.com. But we wanted to talk about Fair Frou Frou tonight because they're doing some really cool things if you are a brick and mortar business. So this is the big difference. The businesses that we've been talking about are primarily in the home, so the home office, part of the small office, home office. And these ladies have a home office.
How did you find them?
Through Crave, through Melody Behringer. I was looking through the Crave book, and they were, and you know what's funny? What we're talking about is their space, their retail space, and what caught my attention was actually their space. Looking at the book, it's just gorgeous in there.
When we went to Disneyland last year, we asked everybody if they wouldn't mind stopping at their store, but it was like 2 hours away, so we couldn't do it.
Yeah, and so they are lingerie, so I'm sorry for some of the images, but I'll have to show.
Oh, there.
Oh yeah, so there's them. I
Mother
have to
and
show
daughter
you some of the space.
And you've interviewed them too, right?
Yeah, I did. I talked to Allison, and they have a very interesting story. I'll try and find the audio too and include it over at ovalite.tv. They have an interesting story about how they started the boutique. Again, like I said, it's a high-end luxury lingerie that a lot of it comes from Paris, things that you couldn't necessarily get here in the United States. They brought it over. I think their shop is in LA. And
Studio City,
and they have a retail-based business there, but they also sell online, and they do an incredible amount of work as far as social media work goes online. But their boutique is just phenomenal. It's gorgeous, and it matches the aesthetic that they bring online too. So any images that you see on Instagram of them, they just look the way the store looks. They look their brand. Anything that they post on Pinterest looks like it fits within Fair Frou Frou. It's just all so streamlined.
We're going back to 2010. But another one that I want to interview very shortly is Crispy Bikinis, who is similar. Of course, it's lingerie here, but then they do bikinis. It's a mother-daughter team, and they also hit it out of the ballpark for social media and pictures that match their
Yeah, it just connects
lifestyles.
very well.
Yes.
And so I like the shop, and it's just, you're seeing here the bubble chandelier, and I'll try and find another one.
Well,
This is the remodeled Fair Frou Frou, but they've been in a number of magazines because of the way that their shop looks.
And their shop has.
And it fits the whole, what they sell. They've had Dita Von Teese, who's a pretty big person within the, what would you call it, cabaret circle?
Yeah. Fashion.
Yeah, but she's big within even magazines too. So she's been featured in their store as well as wearing it. Yeah, it's just colorful and it's exciting to look at, and they have a lot of behind the scenes images that they bring in. So if you are a brick and mortar business that sells retail,
it's all about emotion and stuff, and showing pretty pictures and putting a little bit of a storyline behind it. So
yeah, this is definitely someone to watch for you if you, like I said, if you're in retail.
Check on out.
Congratulations, Fair Frou Frou, at all of your success. Actually, congratulations to everyone. Everyone was just so successful last year. It's kind of fun to watch. We've got two more for you. Pixel Soup, who's one of our favorite designers. She is just very gorgeous, everything she does.
Beautiful photos.
Then the Rise to the Top. A man. I know, right? Another
man.
Another man. So let me pull up his website. You can show the picture of him. So interesting stuff. He looks very nice and clean.
Clean?
I said that wrong. he looks kind of preppy right here, right? Or like his hair is down.
Well, he has one of those, the shirts that is
the polo shirts and everything.
Perfect.
But it's so funny because one of the reasons why I love blogging and video blogging, and please do not go back to prior blogs or prior videos of SOHO Insights, because
you're at your own risk if you do.
Did not look as good.
Well, you just had a baby.
I just had a baby. So anyway, he has, and I'm trying to bring up other videos of him.
I like the Rise to the Top, the non-boring business show.
Yeah, he's got 268 episodes, and you can kind of see him go through each one if you look at previous videos, and they're all fantastic. Even at the very beginning, they're all fantastic.
The interviews are very good.
Great interviews. He's very exciting to watch. He's definitely got a presence.
He talks like Gary Vaynerchuk a little bit, too.
Yeah, so I'm going to include the link, though, over to this article, the David Chronicles Turning One Sponsor into Many.
Yeah, that one's
because he did a series that's kind of like the Suitcase Entrepreneur that showed the behind-the-scenes piece of his business and what he had to do in order to succeed. And so I think you'll find that useful. Go to ovaleye.tv to find the link over to it. But it's just kind of fun to see how someone goes from the very beginning and just improves.
Success.
It's constantly evolving. And yes, we're talking about podcasting, but that applies to any small business. Nobody starts off looking like this. Here, I'll show you the picture of him. He's got this gorgeous little space now that he uses the same space essentially, but it's just a different look. Sorry, it's taking a little while to load. We've just got a few things going on online. Did we mention we're live? I don't think we did. We're live at ovaleye.tv/live every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Very exciting. So here he is now. See, he's got a nice little setup. He's this guy over on the left-hand side.
I like his mic.
Lewis House next to him. And he does interviews like this. And he posts them to this website. But he didn't look like that from the very beginning. So we'll include a link of kind of comparing. And it just makes you kind of say, okay, even though I look like this right now, doesn't mean that I should feel bad about myself. I don't know. I mean that I probably didn't put that the best way, but I think
it was good. Yes, you have to start somewhere. We started in a spot where it's probably not the best, but you have to start. Just start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starting.
So that one was
I think
fun.
that was a good point. Just start.
Okay, just start.
Yeah, so the last one that we wanted to cover is Jenny Hogan, who we actually talked about for Go Girl, and Go Girl has been transformed
into Springboard Academy.
But that's not what we're going to... It's a great a great company.
Definitely.
But that's not what we're going to talk about. She came out with this other crazy company called Mission Hot Mama
It's been
last
a year, right?
I don't even know if it's been a year.
She's
I don't know
on
how
fire
long
this year. She's
doing
been
it.
voted for everything in the Northwest, and
well, she
I
is
watch
also,
her every
if
morning.
you're not in the Seattle area, Jenny Hogan is she had her baby the same time I had mine. We're toddlers now. And she is a news reporter, or she does
she
traffic.
does the traffic.
She does traffic on Cairo, which is
with
a
her
local
Australian
news.
accent.
Yes, she was a UW graduate, and so she has this new missionhotmama.com website where she talks about things that apply to moms and dads and making you the very best person that you can be. But she does a lot of work to benefit the community, basically.
And she brings in all the mamas that are that have something to give back to other moms. Also, one of our clients, Angie is a fitness guru, and I mean, she's amazing. Anyways, she has some great tips on there too. There's just tons of information.
All of these women over here are friends with Jenny in real life, and she just basically went to her network and said, hey, can you guys help me out and contribute to this community? And they've all done a fantastic job. All of the posts that come out on this website, and a couple a day come out. They're all
Jenny's
super
not
high
even
quality.
here all the time. She went on vacation.
She has interns that help her. She has
good.
a whole team that's doing this, and so it's something fun to watch for.
So watch
and where
out
she
for
goes
her.
With that.
She's going to be on fire this year, since she's won like every Northwest award lately.
Yeah, so that was it for who we're sharing, and you can go to ovaleye.tv to find out more about them. To just recap, we talked about the 11 names to watch for in 2011 and what we learned from them and what we hope you can take away and apply into your own business. We talked about the suitcase entrepreneur, Stratajoy, unaccomplished angler, emerging rivers. We talked about Fair Frou Frou, the Rise to the Top, and Jenny Hogan.
Yes, and were you going to talk about Oprah real fast?
What I wanted to sum this all up with was, this was very timely. I wasn't going to include this, but I found this article to Huffington Post that was linking to this article, and I just by chance found the Oprah video that was an Oprah and Cheryl, the CEO
I love her. She did
Facebook.
a TED Talk.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe
She's
I'm just
so good.
blanking on her name. Sheryl Sandberg. She's if you don't know who she is, she's very influential within
Google her.
Women in business,
Yes, very
business in general. She's fantastic, and she had a great TED Talk.
Very good.
But she interviewed Oprah at Facebook, and she asked Oprah, can anyone do what you've done, basically? Can anyone go from nothing to be a billionaire and be Oprah, basically? And this is her response. Let's see if it'll play right away. It's always kind of a fun thing.
We have so many windows up right now, so I
know. We'll see.
Just, how about you say what she said?
Well, I don't want to. It's so impactful when you hear it from her. So let's just wait 1 second to see if it'll come up, and then we'll move on.
Close.
Here, let me try and zoom
Oh,
in.
I hear.
So good.
I'm starting from the beginning. I'll get it. I'll get it. That's how important I thought what she said was saying, especially to what we're just talking
Here
about.
in person
Like
and live
this.
online to the first ever Facebook
Did I mention we're live?
Here's the live.
Okay, so let me get it.
For 25 years.
Of course.
He does, in one form or another, if you're willing to go to that space and not be directed by other people.
Okay, here we go.
Buddy, to be the COO of Facebook. I think it is
Thank
not.
God.
Thank
I
God.
have one
She
job.
said not no
I
one
think
can
it is
be,
Everyone has a
or
job.
not
It is
everyone can be the
possible.
CEO.
You're
of
right,
Facebook.
and it
That's what
is
she
not
just said.
possible for everybody to have the #1 talk show in the world, really, to have this. But it is possible for every person to reach what is the highest, fullest expression of yourself. Of yourself. And we live in a world that gets it confused by looking at everybody else and being told that what everybody else is doing is more important than what you have to offer, the gifts that you came to bring. And every single person matters. And you matter in your ability to evolve to the fruition of yourself. That's how you matter. And so, if you're looking at what somebody else, for years, I remember the first time.
So the video, I'll let you go over to ovalite.tv with the link over to it. It's a fantastic, I don't know how I missed it, but it was back in September. Go to ovalite.tv and get the link for the entire video. It's about 45 minutes or so.
I'll be watching it all.
But it's great. She talks a lot about that. And so remember, as we look at what other people are doing, at the end of the day, that's what made them successful. They're different than you. They have different gifts to bring to the world.
But we all have different things to bring.
Yeah, so
let's bring it in 2012.
That's what Mom said to me, or said to us this afternoon, our team. She said, let's bring it.
Hey, I'm serious. 2012. Oh,
are we done?
Yes, right? Is there anything else?
No, I'm done.
Okay, until next week. Thank you again for tuning in to SOHO Insights. And
we're at ovalite.tv live Mondays, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. ovalite.tv/live. We're on iTunes. Search for SOHO Insights. On Blip TV/SOHO Insights. And you can find us on YouTube with some clips. Just search for us.
Here's to a successful 2012.